Sorry, it got cut off. I think I missed this one last week, but this greenhouse is coming to life again. We've got beautiful flowers. We've got the locust tree. Apples are starting to bloom. And we have lots and lots of citrus. Looks like it needs a bit more water. Been doing our best to try and balance the watering versus how cold it's getting at night. We've got the fig trees. New growth coming along. Another fig. It's got new growth there. Beautiful little rose that has beautiful little pink flowers. Some ferns. And this I've just recently got, which is bush cherry. I've got 2 of those, and I'll be excited to try that this year because I only picked that up a couple of weeks ago. So I've never tried a bush cherry before, so we'll see how that goes. So this garden here just has some peas, I think some radishes and turnips planted mainly for the pollinators, the bees and things, so they have some flowers sooner rather than later. And here is the raised garden bed, this one here. So we have beetroot, that's the heritage rainbow in all stages of growth. We've got the lovely strawberries coming along. We've got radishes coming along. They're looking pretty good actually. We've got snow peas. We've got new growth there, as well as the older plants which were a bit stunted, unfortunately. More beetroot and radishes. So we've added another greenhouse to this side. We pulled it from the other side of the backyard garden, and this I am sheltering with some of the raspberries and silverberries that I pulled out of the garden the other day when I was pulling out the 2-year cane raspberries. So I've potted these up, and hopefully they all take, or most of them take, and then they'll be ready for their new home. I have some calendula that's actually started to germinate. The seeds from these are fascinating. They're really curly. I've never seen anything like it before. I just planted some Malabar climbing spinach, but it may be too cold for it, but we'll see. Some silver beet and some rocket, and they were only the other day, so I don't expect any sprouts. My German chamomile, on the other hand, has done amazing, and I think I overestimated it, maybe underestimated it, how well it would germinate. And I've never been able to grow chamomile from seed before, so I just threw the whole seed packet in there and thought I might get 10, maybe 20. Well, I think I've got like 100 instead. Whoops. Well, there are worse problems to have than lots of chamomile flowers. So we'll see how they go. So this little shade house has been cleaned up and mowed. And this is more like how it's going to be for the warm season. So I've just got my little hanging flowers I'm trying to bring back to life for my daughter. There's the Strasberry tower, and I took that apart to move it to mow and then put it back together in a different configuration so that I've turned around and changed the levels of the berries, and so they can get more sun, the ones that weren't getting it before. So this used to have the snow peas in it, but it was just flowering and staying green, and that's all it was doing. It wasn't actually producing any more snow peas, so I just ripped it out, and I think I'm going to put another wave of snow peas in there, just direct sow them and see how that goes. And now you can actually see my strawberry plant that was always at the bottom. This one's my elderberry, and it's springing to life, and I've never grown elderberries before, but I can't wait to try. So that's one of two, and its friends here, so it's springing to life too. I'm very impressed. And blueberries, so we're getting new growth and flower buds, and all my blueberry plants are like this. They are covered. I am so beyond excited. I love blueberries. My daughter loves blueberries. She eats a punnet at least every 2 days. And this will be definitely a more cost-effective option once all the blueberry plants are in bloom. And we've been collecting blueberry plants for the past 6 years. And we'd love to be self-sufficient in blueberries one day. The fig is coming along. I'll pop that underneath there. So it's looking great. Alright, so now I've got my little, it used to be herb bed, now it's herb and raspberry and fairy garden. So I broke a pot last week, and I thought, well, I really like the pot, so what can I do to upcycle it instead of throwing it away and give it one more life before it actually does go in the bin. So I thought I'd make a little fairy garden for my children. I'll give you a look at that. So it's just started at the moment. I've just got the soil and the pot and picked up a little fairy figurine. And I've found a little solar fairy house, which I haven't put in the garden yet. I'm actually going to get my children to help me with that this weekend. A little strawberry, that Waldo blackberry, I think it's actually got buds. It does. That's wonderful. Oh, and it's starting to leaf. Yay! Which means that's coming back to life. The rosemary looks stunning as per usual. I love the little flowers. I love, love, love these flowers on the broad bean. They're absolutely beautiful. We've got our raspberry canes, got our thyme, our lemon balm, mint, more lamb's ear, spearmint, more rosemary, more raspberries, beautiful lavender. And that's probably about all we've got at the moment. So we have a lot that are in process of growing and in process of planting, and yeah, so this is going to be a very busy time for us over the next probably 2 to 3 weeks until fake spring passes. So in Canberra, if you're in Canberra, you know about fake spring. So that's basically started today, which is 2 weeks of beautiful temperature. So 18 plus degrees in the daytime for 2 weeks at the end of the winter time, and close to official spring, which is September 1st. So today we've got lovely temperatures. I think it hit around, I don't know, 17 degrees, 16, 17 degrees. It was a beautiful sunny day, and I had a lot of fun in the garden today. It was warm enough to only have a couple of layers on instead of coats and jumpers and jackets, and all the things are starting to wake from their dormancy, and you can see the new leaves and the flowers and the new growth. But it lulls a lot of people into a false sense of security that spring's here and frosts will disappear, and they put a lot of frost tender things in the ground, or they put seeds in the ground that are frost tender and they don't germinate, they rot, because you get 2 weeks and the things that they plant wake up and start sprouting, and then you either get frosts at night or freezing temperatures during those 2 weeks, or at the end of the 2 weeks it snaps back to freezing winters and temperatures and yucky days and hard frosts for another 2 weeks, and then you actually start to warm up. So fake spring is that 2 week false sense of security period, unfortunately here in Canberra, that we get every year. So that's what we're in now. So please don't plant anything out that's frost tender at the moment. Wait another at least 2 weeks and then see how we go. Even better would be to look up any updated last frost dates for your area, or ask some gardeners that have been gardening for a while in your area. I know there's a lot of Facebook garden groups, or gardeners that are a lot more experienced than myself in Canberra, seeing as I didn't grow up here. I've just been gardening for about six to 8 years in Canberra. So still learning, definitely still learning. All right, thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for sticking with me with my weekly update, just a short one this week, this second part, and go back and watch the first part if you missed it. Unfortunately, my camera dropped out halfway through the garden tour, and so I've had to make 2 parts. So thank you, hit that like button if you like what you see. Feel free to leave any comments and questions down the bottom. Subscribe if you want to come along to this journey with me, because it's definitely going to get busy over the next few weeks to months. So thank you very much, and until next time, bye.